This year, I was given the opportunity to explore the hallowed grounds of Sleepy Hollow. This cozy little town in New York, near Tarrytown, celebrates fall and Halloween like no other. But before the leaves changed their magical colors and pumpkins began vacating the sidewalks, I explored this historic site, famous for the one and only Headless Horseman. That ghoul who Washington Irving claimed rose from the grounds of the old Dutch church, where this Hessian was buried after he lost his head at the Battle of White Plains, is a site of much 18th century history. So follow me as I explore this place. So we made it! I'm in Sleepy Hollow. Right over there is the old mill. So that white house next to the mill, that is an original storehouse. And that also dates back to the 1600s, maybe late 17th century. And that is original. So while that was, the mill was remade in the 1800s as it had to be a working mill, that is original. So original 1600s church, original Dutch storehouse, Dutch church. It's everywhere here. So this whole area dates back to the 17th century when the Dutch settled it. And the legend of Sleepy Hollow was Washington Irving made the actual legend into a short story. So if you see my other videos studying the history of the legend of Sleepy Hollow, it explains that in more depth. Now that I'm in Sleepy Hollow, let's walk around, let's take the tour. We made it to the old Dutch church. Huzzah! This is gonna be exciting. Let's keep exploring. Because here's the old Dutch church. The bridge that it is supposedly based off of, the one that Washington Irving used in his story, is right down here. So let's go walk and see it. See, in Irving's short story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, supposedly the ghost of the Headless Horseman would disappear upon reaching the bridge. In the 18th century, of course, the bridge looked very different, likely a wooden bridge. The original wooden bridge is long gone, lost to time, but the site was replaced with a modern bridge several years later. In fact, the modern bridge was erected in 1859 by the town, in memory of Washington Irving. After all, that world-renowned local writer made the place a spot on the map popular for tourists. The whole town gets into it as well. All throughout the neighborhood, there are signs, they're orange and black, and they've got the Headless Horseman on it. So the whole town gets into it. And of course, I especially came to see this monument right here. This statue is a recent addition to the town. It depicts the fictitious incident when Ichabod Crane was out riding the ghost, before getting knocked unconscious by the pumpkin the horseman threw at him. Meant to symbolize his decapitated head, of course. The church, of course, is the most famous of all these landmarks, because it was here that the Hessian, who lost his head at the Battle of White Plains, was buried. Dating back to when the Dutch first settled the area and needed a place of worship, it is said that many people who inspired Washington Irving's short story are buried here too. Let's see if we can find them. Now this place is full of soldiers from the American Revolution, as well as the historic figures. Here's one right here. So follow me as I hunt out Rev War soldiers and Sleepy Hollow figures. Now here is an interesting character. She was a woman who came here from Germany and lived alone in a nearby cottage in the woods. Supposedly, during the American Revolution, Hulda, as her name was, picked up a rifle and marched to the sides of the men who were fighting. And she left small fortune to widows of American Revolution soldiers. I'm sure I'll find out more about her, of course, as time goes on. Now, let's get a quick look inside the church. All right, so we found it. So in the story, Washington Irving used the name Van Tassel. Katrina Van Tassel was Ichabod Crane and Brom Bones' love interest. Here is the lady it is supposedly based off of, Eleanor Van Tassel. While there are also names like Crane and Brom Bones in here somewhere, I ran out of time to hunt them down, so I will have to search them out next year. In regards to this captivating area, I cannot wait to go back, which I certainly will next year, because 2026 marks the 250th anniversary that the Hessian horseman lost his head. So in the meantime, keep following me for more American Revolution history from the eyes of a reenactor and modern horsewoman.